Please welcome on the stage from the Shining Station, New Jersey, Double Diamonds, SHIVRAM and ANJALI KUMAR.
Thank you. That's it. Thank you. 21 years. June 17th, 2015. 21 years we've been free. For those of you who are new in the audience, that means 21 years where we've had full control of our time. And I'm thinking, since I'm a type A personality, I'm an overachiever, I feel I should have done a lot more in 21 years. Okay? Because that was time. Of course, we accomplished a lot, very proud of it, very happy, but you always feel you could have done more. 21 years of total freedom. How? Because you help other people make money. You help other people have more in life than they are willing to give up. It starts with money, and then there is values, and there is relationships that people are not willing to give up. Even without this business, I would have succeeded. In the sense, in the most worldly sense. I would have had an IT business. There are tons of people with IT business, right? I'm not the only Indian in IT. Okay. I would have had an IT business. I'm sure I would have done something. I would have had a bunch of employees. Prior to that, I would have been working as an IT. I already was an independent consultant. I had other people that I placed. I was a budding IT company at the time when I saw this plan. I would have succeeded. I'm sure I would have had a house. Okay, I'm sure you'd had a bunch of nice cars and kids would be going to good schools, all that. But here's the difference. It's the evenings and the weekends that's the difference. Who would I be hanging out with? Not bad people. I don't think we would associate with bad people, but we would be hanging out with people, the same people over and over again. Not every weekend for sure. During holidays, every once in a while, get together, our house this time, your house next time. But what would be the topic of discussion? It would be either immigration, or terrorism, or economics, or stock market, or what happened in the news today. Sometimes we go to good people's homes, say people, our kids, friends, parents' homes, and so on and so forth. They're good people. We go there to keep a relationship, but these are the topics. Recently, we were at Devika's, my oldest daughter's friend's Sweet 16 party. And, unlike our parties, they're all typical, very nice parties, with a nice, beautiful hotel. And there was this gentleman, 53-year-old man. He was standing there was a huddle around him. And he was like the leader of the night owl kind of thing, I was a little jealous because that should have been me. Usually it is. But nobody knew me as what I was there, If you don't want to be disturbed, it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I like one word. If you want to be left alone or not to be bothered, when people ask you, what do you do? Say Amway. Especially when you have a middle-aged crowd, and above, you say Amway, they say, oh. And they don't know what to do because they don't know how to process it. Because they would rather that you have said, I don't know, Vice President with JP Morgan, yes, then they'll say, oh really, did you know such and such a person? Because Amway, they don't know nothing about it. Because we are not listed in the stock exchange, we're a private company, right? So I must have said, I'm sure, by then a couple of Amways, so nobody's huddling around me. Why were people huddling around him? 53-year-old man. He was telling them, after 23 years of working in the investment banking field, I am able to go to work at 9:30 a.m. And he said, sometimes I can come home by 6. And the people around him, everybody was, 40s, 50s, the jaws dropped. He was a hero. He was the crown ambassador. He said, really? You can come back home by 6. You can go to work at 9:30? Mm-hmm. But I paid the price for 23 years. So he said, that was his accomplishment. I'm not putting people down, guys, but I'm saying it's a different language. Because when we get together with our friends backstage, with you guys, we talk about dreams. This is Dream Weekend. We talk about getting free. We talk about your future. We talk about hope for the future. What is even more important than achievement is hope. Because if there's no hope, you're dead. And honestly, is there hope in corporate America? Maybe there is some sort of hope, but is there a hope for security, job security, economic security? Really? Today, in 1990, when I used to work at Bell Labs and all those companies, they hired everybody. Before you could say of the computer, they hired you. And Bell Labs had so much money, guys. They had so much money. You hardly every second day you went out for lunch. We used to go to Ohio, all these different baby Bells, Bell Cincinnati and Pacific Bell and California. We used to go to these places. We used to work till 2 o'clock. I remember when we were in Cleveland or something. Then they took us to a baseball game. And you come back, you're going to a party. This is how it was. And people used to work in the same company for 25 years. Even then, there was no job security. And today, you dare tell me you have job security? No, I'm not putting it. I was in the Bay Area a couple of weeks ago. Hey, people have ideas. People want to do startup companies. Fine. Nowadays, they're not as starry-eyed as they were during internet times. Everybody thought they're going to become a Zuckerberg. Yeah, really. Everybody wants to be a Zuckerberg. Whatever your last name is, you add a berg to it. People want to be KUMAR berg. They all want to do something big, and I'm not one that will diminish dreams, guys. If that's your calling, listen, but it's not enough if you have an idea. It's not enough if you have an idea. You should know how to put a team together and launch a business. It's a tall order. For every startup that you hear a success story about, there are 1,000 that fail. So people in their 20s now, they are in their 30s. I see a shift in attitude. People are realizing it's easy to talk. Talk is cheap. Okay? Seriously, guys, you have to realize if you're honest, 3 things. Honesty, common sense, imagination. These 3 things you need. Coming into the business. First, you have to be honest to yourself. Really? Do you want an exceptional life? Do you want control over time and money? We have people in our group making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. We have people in our group making tens of thousands of dollars a year, and that is our security. And that is why we have had total, complete control of our time. Wake up in the morning and pretty much do what we think is important. I don't want to say we do what we want to do, because we have to do what is important. What is priority? Because, when my daughter calls and says, I forgot something, you see, they're in private school, so 20 minutes drive. And if I'm not home, she has to do the shuttle. We have got nanny at home, we got me at home, we got she at home, and my wife is at home. We're always there. Somebody is there. It's quality of life. Parents traveling, our parents should travel business class. My parents, her mother, vegetarians. In economy class, you could eat somebody else's chicken by mistake, because you're like eating like this. Today, if I go in business class, yeah, I admit it's luxury. I'm getting so close to getting a private jet myself. This close, because I got seat 10B coming back from California function. 10B, middle seat. 20 years I've not had middle seat. I was so mad. I didn't get an upgrade and it was 10B. So 10B has been haunting me since last week. Stupid 10B. So they've had those exposures. So the kind of conversations we have in the weekends, the kind of association we have, is different. 2 days from now, Kanti and I will be flying to the Management Operating Committee with Raj Shah and Angelo Nardoni and Paul Miller at the North Carolina office. Guys, those are trips that we have been to. We have traveled in private jets for those. Okay? The company has provided. Once we were stuck in New Jersey, snowstorm. Had to go to Orlando for Go Diamond. And all the commercial flights were not going. I called up Amway Corporation. Do you have a plane in Jersey? They said, yes. They had one in Morristown. They said, can you get to Morristown in 45 minutes? I said, sure. I'll get there in 15. And the challenge there was to fill up the plane. Whoever was there, some people already left for Orlando. And the jet was there. They picked us up there, That's the kind of connection we have now. As an IT consultant, I would have had a good life. But the only private jet would be in the shower. When I got in, I was single. How many single people here? Let me tell you, when I came to my first function, I was the only single guy in the room. It was not in style for single people to have a dream those days. Everybody had to be a couple. Everybody was a darn couple. I was a single guy sitting there. And in fact, I became the single guy mascot of the gala team. I was not only single, but I was also the most fired up guy. And, oh, look at the single guy building it. Many people tried. And many people go with the idea of the year, you know. One Gen Y guy succeeds, everybody runs after Gen Y. Like when China opened, I went out to all the Chinese restaurants in New Jersey to prospect people. When Mexico opened, I went to all the Mexican restaurants. So there was an idea of the month. I was a single guy. So everybody said, Kumar is doing it, we can all do it. Well, and I used to come to functions and the husbands and wives looking at each other. Oh, if ever I felt dejected, she would cheer me up. If she felt dejected, I would cheer her up. And I'm sitting in the audience thinking, who the heck is going to cheer me up? So I said, you know what? I make a company policy decision. I don't feel dejected. That's it. In fact, it is an alien feeling to me. I don't even know what that means. Feeling dejected. I'm sorry. For what? So much to be grateful about, right? So this is how I got in. Now you got so many single people cooking in the business. For me, I said, you know what? Is it for some reason, is it more pleasurable for a single guy to go to a job? No. It's equally miserable to be working for someone else as a couple. If they need freedom, I need it too. Hello? Yes? Now it's not even an issue. I sponsored Ajay and Alka Ori, who are diamonds. You heard from them today. And Alka's sister is Anjali. We met through the business. Our entire life is the business. Okay? Our married life does not know our life outside the business. Our kids don't know life outside the business. Never have been exposed to a life outside the business. We don't even want it. My parents went platinums. That took us to double diamond in India. My dad was 72 when that happened. It was amazing. My two sisters, one is a Q12, the other is an emerald in India. So we've been blessed. So you say pyramid, okay? I don't argue with people, by the way. First I used to get angry and defensive and all that. Now it's like, if the guy said, like I was sitting in the plane once. Recently again, I was taking a flight from Minneapolis to San Francisco via Denver. And so the flight got delayed and all that, and they had a new flight for me. I know it was for me. All of a sudden, a new flight popped up in Denver that was not supposed to fly. So I had a seat, I sat next to me was an Indian guy. He said, I can't believe it. It's the same crew. I said, what do you mean same crew? He said, same people are flying us out yesterday, but the flight got cancelled twice. So they created this new flight. They put us in the airport, they sent us to the hotel, and they were the de-icing problems with the plane. But now they created a new flight, the same crew is taking us. And I'm thinking, sorry man, nature conspired for me, it didn't work for you, but it worked for me. And he said, I tell people I'm in Amway. So I like to watch the reaction. And he can't run away. So he said, what do you do? I said, Amway. He said, I've been to that meeting. I went to that meeting like 20 years ago. I said, I did too. He said, it is a chain pyramid scheme, right? I said, yeah, it's a chain pyramid scheme. So now he doesn't know me. He said, maybe it's a good thing because I didn't react negatively. I said, yeah, you know how the chain is, right? He said, yeah, it's this, that. And little by little I was feeding him information about it. He says, you're financially free. I said, I'll describe what I do. You tell me if I'm financially free. So it's fun. People get confused, but freedom is good. I don't like to sleep in late, but I like the choice. Sometimes you stay awake a couple of nights in a row till 2, 3 in the morning, so you want to sleep till noon next day. Sometimes. Every day I don't do it. So I do it, especially in winter. Winter, the choice of sticking your toe out of the comforter. Temperature is not right, pull it back in. I am not a lazy guy. I'm not the kind of guy that's going to sleep till noon. But when you want to, it's good. That's what makes you appreciate it even more. Sometimes I drop the kids off, I take my coffee with me. And there is an intersection with a lot of job traffic. I stop there. For a while, I pull to the side and drink my coffee. Nobody is happy on Monday morning, are they? Nobody is. We have strict rules in the corporation. On this stage, we don't put down jobs. But I don't have to. Look at your face on Monday morning. You don't look happy. Nobody's happy. This is the solution right here, guys. So here's my wife, my princess. She has no idea when she's going to get the mic, so here she goes.
Well, I mean, it's just an honor and a privilege to have an opportunity to stand here and share a little bit about our life with you. Again, you've heard a lot of great speakers today, and you will hear from Kanti and Lata after us. This has just been one of the most incredible things that you can ever be part of. You know, we're just grateful and happy that you're here with us today and that you've got to see what we saw many years ago. The only difference and the reason why you're there and we are here is the number of years we've been in the business and the consistency with which we have worked our dream and our business. But there's really nothing else, and there's no other difference between you and us. You have every capability and every ability that it takes to build a huge Amway business and make it even bigger and better than we can even imagine. So that is our basic prayer for everybody that we see in this great business, and we just hope that you succeed. And we want to share today a little bit with you. I want to share a little bit about where I came into this business and how I started believing in something that was I didn't even know I had in many ways. You know, I mean, when I came to this country, of course, you know, today it was nice to see all the wonderful people on stage, and when they were talking about, oh, I've done my double PhD and I've done my master's and double master's in this, and I just applaud them and all the great things they've done. But I'm one to tell you that I'm probably the only one in this room at this level that can tell you I just went and I got a high school degree with a lot of difficulty, but I managed to get a high school certificate from this country to say that that's what I've done. So, and that's all I could do, and which was great, you know. I still did well. So it depends on where you are in life and what you're going to make out of your life. So and education is very important. We do stress on it for our kids and for our, you know, but for me it didn't work out and I still did good. But the thing is that I came into this country and I didn't have the right papers or the money to go get myself further educated. So I started working, whatever job I could get. I worked really, really hard for many years and managed to do what I had to do. And, you know, my husband keeps telling me that I should talk a little bit about this because there are a lot of people in this room that are probably going through that, you know, where you have to juggle your money, your income, you know, it could be whatever you had to do to get to this function, to want a better life and to see something better and an opportunity. It could be that you had to go out there and sell some products to make the extra money to come this weekend. It could be that, you know, you had to do 2 or 3 jobs to get that discipline to go out and do it, or whatever your circumstances are. You know, you do it with a happy heart and move on. I came into this opportunity because of my sister. My sister was pregnant with her second child, and she was always looking to do something from home, and she didn't want to work. She was working in a bank, and she loved the business, loved the people, got in. The first person she wanted to sign up was me. And I didn't even know what I was getting signed up in. But, you know, I saw her excited, and I saw her believing in people and so fired up and saying that and talking about dreams and goals and the wonderful people that she's meeting. You know, and I came out here and I met everybody, and I used to not really come to the functions initially as to just babysit her kids, but here and there I used to come and meet everybody. And you know, in one of the meetings at her home, I mean, actually it was Bisan Sadika's baby shower, I met my husband. And when I do remember meeting him very clearly, but he didn't really show any interest in me at that time. And at that point, you know, it just so happened that, you know, it took us time to get to know each other. And I do believe that everything happens in life for a reason. You see, the 1.5 year or so that I got to spend time with him and got to meet the people in this incredible team, I understood the value of the friendships, and I understood the value of the actual people and relationships that are so special. So when I did get married to him and I came into this business, building an organization and being part of a big dream was not work for me. You know, a lot of times people say, well, you came in and how did you find the discipline to go to every meeting, and how did you find, how did you not want to go and take vacations and do a honeymoon here, or, what was your life right after marriage? And my life has been this business, because if you prioritize what it is that you want most in your life, you attract the things that are dearest to you. When we got married, we sat down and my husband made me sit with him and write our goals down. And I would encourage you to do that. If you're getting started in this business, sit down together and write down your short-term goals. If you're single, short-term goals. What is it that you want in life? What are you willing to do to accomplish that goal? What is it that is most precious to you? You see, for us, we knew that we had to work really hard and we had to make our dreams, whatever they were, come true. We needed money. We needed to have a nice home. We needed to have, we were going to start a family someday. We wanted to make sure that we had enough for our kids and for us and for our family and for anything that we wanted to do. I don't know if those are things that motivate you, whatever it is that is your dream that's precious, that will make you get out of your home and comfort zone and go out there and meet the people. That's what you need to focus on, whatever price you have to pay. But the one thing is being very consistent, Don't let other people set your standards. You have an upline, you have a team that is willing to support you, but you're the one that has to do the work. You're the one that has to have the discipline to go out there and do what it takes to make your dreams come true. And we realized that very early in the business. We are ever so grateful to Bill and Peggy for setting such high standards in the BRIT organization, where, we learned the power of the spoken word, we learned the power of vision, we learned the power of the cardinal rules and unity. And we know that those are the basic principles. We started living a principle-centered life, where we knew that this business was there in our life long term, and we wanted to not have any regrets, and look back at a nice, clean life, So I hope you understand how big this business can be for you. I hope you take the time to listen to a lot of CDs of people that have been in the business longer than you. I hope you understand that, you will be leaders of huge organizations, global organizations around the world. So if you are being challenged to, like Sugit was, to pick up a book, to discipline yourself, to read something on people skills, it's only going to help you moving on. When you have a business as big and when you have to deal with people from multiple regions and different cultures, you should know how to relate to them, and everything will come together in life for you. So go through whatever you have to go through right now and find the time to not look for the shortcuts in life, but to just have the discipline to succeed. Beautiful things will happen to you, but you have to distance yourself from the things that create a negative vibe in your life. You have to stay around the positive people. Happiness is not a random set of circumstances that happen in your life. Happiness is a constant pursuit of wanting to accomplish more in your life. And just being consistent and having a willingness to learn and having a heart to go out there and serve people and do what you feel is right for your life, and do it with a passion and with consistent effort is what will get you what you want. But, we are ever so grateful. We have loved being part of this team, and we do have a lot of responsibility. To whom much is given, much is expected, and so do you. When I talk from our standpoint, I just know that we are very big dreamers. We set very high standards in life for ourselves, and we know what it takes to work hard and accomplish those goals and dreams. And here is my biggest dreamer. He is just the most amazing man you'll ever know.
Yeah, I am. I was just thinking the same thing. So you got to picture this. I said, what did I say? Honesty, common sense, and imagination. Okay? Honesty, you got to be honest to yourself. Remember, this is a business of yourself, but not by yourself. So, sitting here, you got to understand that you might think that you've done somebody a favor by coming to the function. The only person you have done a favor to is yourself by coming to this function. The CEO of your business is sitting on your chair right now. Okay? Having said that, I just want to let you know, yes, there is a whole bunch of people that want you to succeed. In fact, they may even be making the mistake of wanting this business more for you than you want it for yourself. That's a mistake, I think. You should want it for yourself more than anybody else wants it. Okay? So, since you're sitting here as a business owner, honestly, will you make some decisions? Tomorrow, this function will not be there. But if character is what? Keeping the resolution when the mood in which the resolution was made is no longer there. So tomorrow and day after, when you're going to share this business with people, the guy in the next cubicle is going to tell you this doesn't work. See, one thing I learned from Bill Britt is that you should be careful who you take advice from for what. If the person in the next cubicle to you where you work has a six-pack, then take advice from him on how to get a six-pack. Okay? If the lady on the left or the guy on the left knows how to cook the kind of food that you like to cook, learn from them how to cook. Maybe somebody else knows about .NET. Ask them about it. But don't take financial advice from people that are in the same kind of cubicle that you're in. Because you're all in it together, brother and sister. You're all in it together. So the one thing I'll tell you is I have a lot of common sense. Okay? That I have for sure. I have a master's degree in computer engineering from Drexel University, and I did well, but it was not my calling. You know? But I have a strong dose of common sense when it comes to things like this. Clarity of thinking is, I didn't have a confusion about that. First 17 people said no to me. When I showed the plan to them, I knew heart of heart that it was something that I was doing. But I chose to think that they were all idiots. I just had to protect my self-image at all costs. To me, it was very clear that I cannot take financial advice from the person I'm showing the plan to. Even if they are financially well off, because they are not going to teach me what they do. Remember, you got to picture this. That's why I want your imagination now. Imagine this. The business was only $1.2 billion when I saw it. This is 1990. I'm invited to a meeting. I won't tell you the whole story. But the meeting is in Union Motor Lodge. It is a motel room. Motels don't have meeting rooms. They just have sleeping rooms. So the mattress had been removed and there were chairs in it upstairs. That's where the meeting was. Kanti and Lata Gala had just moved their house meeting to a motel room because the house had become too small for the big meeting. In that process, half the people had quit because they could come for free to the house, but now they had to pay $1 to get in. They had a $1 dream. They quit. I didn't know all that. I found out later. And I'm sitting in the motel room. I want you to use your imagination now. There's a board and easel and Kanti is showing the plan. There's a toilet in the room. And so every time somebody went to flush, the speaker had to stop talking. Some of you went to some nice swanky hotels to see this plan, right? I saw it in a little motel room. But I had what? Common sense. I knew, they said the business was 1.2 billion, so I knew that it had to be more than the people sitting in the room. That much I knew. Second thing, common sense. The guy showing the plan had more degrees than a thermometer. He was a PhD in medicinal chemistry. Kanti and Lata are speaking after us. Wife was the administrative director of nuclear medicine in a hospital. Then there was Madhu Cheda, again working in the medical field. There were some IT people. My sponsor himself was at Bell Communications Research, Manipal Reddy. That much common sense. You never had to come back and tell me again. Once I had seen, I had seen. Not true with stochastic systems and organic chemistry. But with common sense, you don't have to tell me again. No, my upline never had to encourage me and say things like, it's okay if people quit. Never. Because I saw the people and you didn't have to reteach me what I saw. I saw it, I'm done. It is sort of like, I know who my parents are. I don't have, if I don't see them for 2 days, I don't think, is that my father? Some of you are like that with this business. 2 days later, was I really at the function? Did that really happen? And you listen to some broke idiot. Let me tell you, I heard Bill Britt say this. I don't want to know nothing that a broke person knows. A broke person cannot teach other broke people how to be rich. Hello? Some of you are mad. It's okay, I have the mic. At least I can speak freely. Can't get fired, you know? So, If you have common sense, look around here, the kind of people that are building it. Now, I am not saying that people that drink are bad, but we don't have alcohol in our meetings. Is it better? I like this atmosphere better. Hello? We talk about good things here. I like this environment. I saw that people could speak what they wanted. Great. I got into this business first, the first 17 people, the first guy I talked to, at the first or second guy was my cousin in Canada. He happened to be visiting New Jersey. I gave him an Amway North America kit, a USA kit. Canada starter kit was different. I didn't know. I sent him home with the US kit, and he kept trying to send the US application form, but nothing was online, to the Canadian office, and they kept returning it to him. Twice they returned it to him. He called me and says, return. I said, you don't even know how to fill a form. I told him, I don't need you in my business. Boom. That's it. He quit before he started. Thanks to Moa. I said, what kind of an idiot are you? You can't fill out a form. This is the way I was. I showed to several people, man. And a lot of people, some of them got in later. Like Bis Sandalia, emeralds in the business, Sadhika, they got in later because first I messed up. They got in Ajay Nalka's group. Thank goodness they knew them. Because I messed up in the beginning, but I was doing something. Hello? I was doing something. My deal was this. If you're looking, I want to show it to you. You stop looking, even while I'm showing the plan. If I have a feeling you're not looking, I'm done showing. I have been like that from day one. You cannot frustrate me in that aspect. If you're not looking, I'm not showing. Once I remember I drove 2.5 hours to Connecticut to show the plan somewhere, IT guy. He's acting like a big shot. He had no furniture, acting like a big shot. One table and 2 chairs. And I was sitting next to him, sitting right across from him. He was sitting there, I was sitting here. And he kept looking past me. As I was showing him the plan, right, he's looking past me like that. I said, what are you looking at? He said, I'm looking at the phone. There was a phone on the floor, no furniture. No cell phones, right? Phone on the floor there. He's looking. I said, what happened? He says, I'm going to get an interview call, IT interview call, so I'm expecting a call anytime now. I said, I wasn't obnoxious. I just closed my, I remember. I put the pen back in the thing, left it there. Okay. I said, no, you can show me. I said, no, I can't. If you're distracted, I can't show you this business. So, he said, no, you come all the way. You already spent 2.5. I said, I don't want to waste another hour. He said, no, show it to me. Wait. He said, no, show the business to me. I remember like this was yesterday. I was an open. He said, no, show it to me now. I said, disconnect the phone. He went there, pulled the phone out of the jack out of the wall, came back, sat down, behaved himself. I showed him the plans. You don't mess with me. I'm just telling you guys, I've always been like this. That's why I don't. You can't shake my tree. A lot of other challenges we've been through in the process of when I went silver all the way through emerald and beyond really. My dad had several incidents of health issues that I had to go to India several times. That's the other kind of job security. Maybe you're excellent at what you do. Maybe you will never get laid off. Maybe you are one of those rare specimens that are going to be in the same company for 25 years and getting regular promotions. But what if your family needs you for an extended period of time? For me, it was demeaning to stand in front of a boss and ask for time off to take care of my dad. Once I will do it, not for 50 years. You got it? So, there is story after story. There's not that many confrontations I've had in the business. That's why the couple of them I remember. Guys, my wife will tell you, I'm very gentle with people, but I'm ready. My goal is for neither of us to feel bad. But if God puts me in a position where one of us has to, it's going to be that guy. So I showed the plan. I remember one cold morning, December 13th, Bill Britt came to New Jersey. Kanti's group was just 200 people. I might have had 12 people in the group. And Bill Britt talked about a few things. I don't know who heard it, who didn't hear it. He talked about speaking what you want like you already have it and writing down your goals. So I said, okay, I got it. Speak what you want like you have it. Write down what you want. Finished. What do I have a lot of? Common sense, clarity of thinking. I got it the first meeting. I didn't need repetition, even though I listened to a lot of CDs and read a lot of books. I became a Bill Pitt student. I kept hearing it again and again. First, that one meeting, I got it. I got it because it wasn't stochastic systems and organic chemistry. I got it. And ever since, I speak what I want. I started to learn, at that time I was a fake 2500 PV or 1500 PV, whatever it was, and I started to show the plan, and I moved 40 new sign-ups that month. Next month I was a silver. This was 11 months into the business, 12 months into the business, basically a year into the business. That was the day I really got started in the business. And I started showing the plan, and then that's when my dad he went through heart surgery. I had left for India. I couldn't solidify my business. It went back down. But in June, I had to go back again because I contracted hepatitis through blood transfusion. And I went back in June. By then, my business was solid. It wasn't making the kind of money I was making at work. I was making a 6-figure income at work. But it paid my monthly mortgage. I had a condo at that time. And basically, I didn't have to dig into my savings when I came back. My attitude changed at work. I always gave them 100% of what they paid me for, but my attitude changed. I remember going into the boss's office and telling him things like, "You're not being nice to people." I say, what you're saying makes no sense. To the extent that when they laid the whole department off, they were afraid to lay me off. They appreciated me for the honesty. Everything started to change when a couple of $1,000 coming in, because I was good with my money, I was not living beyond my means. Things started to change. And then it was, up and down, business had to solidify. There was periods of time where a lot of people were not getting into the business, like Sugit was talking about, but I spoke what I wanted like I already had it. No matter what was going on, my words were the reality that's going to create my future, not what was happening. Hello? I am a diamond, not I will be a diamond, not I'm thinking I'll be a diamond, maybe I am a diamond. When I was a silver, when I was a platinum, when I was a silver, I started saying, I am a diamond. Everybody I talk to is getting into the business. All the sharp, upward, mobile, excited, fired up couples and singles are getting into my business. They becoming core right away. I have the most united, most profitable, healthiest, happiest, largest group in the history of this business. That's it, period. It didn't matter if I had 10 people in my group or 3 people. I started speaking what I wanted like I already had it. I started to claim that I would fill this ballroom with my open meeting. We'll have that. And right now, I believe that we'll have 10,000 people in our organization at every North American function and every function around the world, each of them. That's it, period. What we say will happen. I was living in that world. I was a Brit student. I have to thank Dr. Kanti Gala because he helped me connect with Bill Britt. More than that, observing Kanti and Lata, we have learned so many things in life. The finer things in life, the important things in life. Observing these people, observing people in our group, in our teams, how they serve the families, how they take care of what's important to them, their kids, the values, the opportunity. But for Kanti Gala, I would not be on the IBOI today. I would not be in the management operating committee and sitting at Bill Britt's feet. To the extent that Bill and Peggy have a room that's sort of reserved for me. A assigned room. When I go there, that's where I sleep. To the Florida estates. I'm humbled by the opportunity. I am a guy from the middle of the middle class in India. Mumbai. Middle of the middle class. We didn't have much growing up. My father worked for the government. My mother was a housewife. Still is. She has two older sisters by the time they got married. My dad's retirement, we called it Provident Fund, was gone. They depended on me to support them. My first goal was to make $500 a month in this business. That's it. I started to make $500 a month because not that I couldn't send. I was sending money already to India. But the extra 500 would mean I didn't have to dig into my savings. I reached that goal. Very focused. I never changed my mind about the people in this business. I said, I got to chase Kanti Gala for his thought process. I got to be around Manipal ready for his friendship. I said, how do I get Kanti Gala's time? I could go do a weekly open meeting, but I knew that the weekends, on Sundays, Kanti and Lata would go to New York, Long Island, or to Rochester to build a group. I didn't have groups there, but I wanted time with Dr. Gala. I'd go on Sunday mornings to Kanti's house and go with him to Long Island. Lata would make that special bagel with cream cheese and chutney. Toasted. And then I'd go to Long Island. I show the plan in someone else's home, not even my group. I think I've done more work in my crossland group than my own group. Kulin Desai has a diamond leg only because of me. I did a house meeting where Girish Desai showed up. And he said, Kumar, but for you, I would never have gotten to that. I'm just kidding. No. Anyway, so I'm saying, I was there chasing the heat, man. I was very focused. I liked the way Bill Britt talked. You know, at functions, we used to come to functions. We used to come early, stay late. This is what I did, boss. I bought it lock, stock, and barrel. And I liked the fact that a lot of people didn't agree to what I was doing. I'm just that kind of guy. I just love it. Wednesday evening at the open meeting, when I did the plan this Wednesday. So there was one guy that looked sharp, and people look sharp. Doesn't mean they're smart. You can make smart people look sharp, but you can't make sharp people become smart, necessarily. At the end of the meeting, he said, no, this is not for me. I just didn't like the way he said it. I said, yeah, man, you're in banking. He said, yes, I'm in banking. I said, you know what, we need bankers. I don't want everybody in this business. Everybody shouldn't be in my business. I started enjoying that everybody. I just love to watch people and what they say, especially if they're objecting to something. One guy said, it's a pyramid. I said, can you show me what it is? I can piece of paper and pen. Can you show me what a pyramid? He didn't even know enough to draw a triangle. I started observing people. I started loving it. Even the people that get in and then quit, you know. They get in and quit. They don't quit suddenly. They could gradually. They stop disappearing little by little. They'll come late to the open meeting. Then they won't show up for the open. They'll say, oh, I have a deliverable. You know, they slowly say, I call you. They won't return a text. And you're, all of a sudden one day, they're gone. I started observing it. Man, this is fun. People make excuses. I started loving this process. I am not a thermostat, guys. I'm a thermometer. I'm checking people's temperature. If you understand that, you won't be frustrated. You have to go through some numbers. The world there's no shortage of people, there's only shortage of dreamers. But you have to have the faith that you will find the people. Hello? I started to become bold, told, and sold. Okay? I remember certain times, I was talking about this at the Platinum meeting, going to home meetings in Philadelphia. 6 months in one couple's home. I didn't, out of 6 months, I got maybe one follow-up. One follow-up. But I kept going back because I was meeting new people in their house. I was meeting before Ramesh and Rama showed up. But I am not good at remembering all those. You know how many plans I showed and people said, no, who gives a flying flip? I'm a winner. Can you say it? I'm a diamond. I'm born free. My dreams are coming true. I'm going to do whatever it takes. And more. I want to pay the price. I don't care if I have to work 5, 6, 7 nights a week. This is my business. I'm willing to work for myself harder than I'm willing to work for someone else. If I can work 9 to 5 for someone else, I'll work twice as hard, 3 times as hard after 5 p.m. for myself. That's a long thing to repeat, but... And if somebody doesn't like it, they can take a flying leap. That's it. Period. Love you guys.